I am your host, David. So thanks for joining us on this hour of the Archive Hour.
Hi, David, and to everyone joining us, I am your co-host, Claire, and today's topic is a mind-bending topic.
So, if you want to hide the architectural blueprint for like an ancient cosmic vision, where do you put it? Because according to the text we're analyzing today for this deep dive, you basically bury it in a spreadsheet. You hide it in an ancient tribal census. And you know, it challenges our modern expectations of these texts. Because when we analyze historical texts, especially from antiquity, we're so conditioned to look for a
Oh,
narrative.
totally. We want the story. We want heroes. We want drama. So when we encounter, say, a chapter entirely dedicated to raw demographic data, just lists of numbers, and logistical assignments, our instinct is to just skip right over it. Which brings us to the mission. We are asking you, the listener, to step into the shoes of a biblical historian, a very patient biblical historian.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're analyzing a section of text that, frankly, most people just ignore. It's Numbers 2 in the Hebrew Bible. And on the surface, it is just this dense, super repetitive list of tribal census data and desert encampment assignments. But okay, let's unpack this, because the historical analysis we are exploring today makes this fascinating argument. It posits that this specific list of numbers isn't just, bureaucratic record-keeping. The theory from our source material is that every detail acts as a strict mathematical
It really
coordinate.
flips the script, like it's masking a massive, deliberate geometric design. And to really grasp what this analysis is suggesting, we have to look past the numbers as, well, just a mere head count. The author of our text argues that if you start viewing these figures as literal architectural blueprints, the entire landscape just shifts. It becomes a physical map. The ancient camp of Israel, as described in this chapter, was organized into 4 main quadrants surrounding a central hub. And the moment you start treating the text like a spatial puzzle, you realize you might be looking at a carefully constructed map.
Well, I want to build this map with you right now. Visualize it. To understand the overall geometry of this encampment, we first have to establish the anchor point, right? You can't have a map without a center, and in this text, everything radiates outward from the Levite camp. So in the very center of the layout, you have the tabernacle.
The portable sanctuary. Okay.
And arranged immediately around it are the Levites. The instructions are very specific. They place Moses and the priests, specifically, on the east side of the tabernacle. Then the 3 distinct families of the Levites, the Kohathites, the Gershonites, and the Merarites, they're assigned to the southwest and north sides,
So if we look at this through
respectively.
the lens of modern urban planning, it's essentially the downtown core of a city. You have your central administrative buildings, your vital infrastructure. It's the fixed anchor. And then all the zoning laws for the rest of the population, they have to be built around that specific central
That is
square.
an excellent way to conceptualize it. And the text actually provides the numerical scaling for this core. It gives the exact numbers. The Levite men numbered roughly 22,300. Now, there is an important demographic caveat the author notes here, just to be accurate to the source. Ancient census figures of this type generally only counted military-aged men. If you factor in women, children, and the elderly, the actual population of this central hub was
But
significantly
for the
larger.
blueprint, that doesn't really matter. For the sake of uncovering this structural blueprint, the analysis just uses these raw recorded census numbers as functional units of measurement. So the exact physical footprint, like whether that central square was a half-mile wide or 2 miles wide, in reality, it doesn't fundamentally change the underlying geometry. So that block of 22,300 men represents our baseline unit of width.